Well, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Here we are. It's going to be match number 4, I beg your pardon, between Sri Lankan Airlines taking on Fly Dubai. Without wasting further time, let's go straight out to the center, where we have it the captains with for the all-important toss. Well, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Here we are for the match number 4 of the World Airline Cricket Tournament 2026. And once again, it's a beautiful day here at the 7 Stadium. And we've got two very, very good teams going head-to-head once again. And it's going to be Fly Dubai, just coming after a massive victory yesterday along, taking up Sri Lankan Airlines. And to my right, I've got the men that matter. I've got Mr. Zigam Abbas, I beg your pardon, I've got Mr. Mujahid, along with Mr. Afzal, along with the two captains, Mr. Shaminder, captain of Sri Lankan Airlines, and Mr. Chetan, the captain of Fly Dubai. And it's going to be Mr. Chetan who will be flipping the coin.
Heads.
Heads is the call?
Will ball first.
Okay, so it's a tail. Mr. Chetan, you won the toss. What have you decided to do?
Will ball first. And I think the reason is I think we are playing on the fresh pitch today. So let's see what we get out of it, and I think we'll try to restrict them around 150, 160. So I think that is the aim at this.
Well, confidence extremely high after a massive victory yesterday. How does it feel?
See, as we all know, it's the new day, new game. As for the batsmen, it's quite true. Every time they come on the crease, they start from the zero. So it's the same for us. I think we are starting from zero, and I think let's see how it goes.
Fantastic. And I wish you all the very best and go well for the game.
Thank you.
So, Shaminda, you lost the toss. What would have you done had you won it?
Batted first, so it didn't matter actually. We were hoping to bat first. We are new to these grounds, and what we hear is batting first is better. So anyway, it doesn't matter whether we bat first or not. We are here to enjoy the game, so let's do that.
Well, I know you come from slow turning pitches back in Colombo.
Yes.
And right here, how does this feel? Isn't it beautiful facilities once again here in the Middle East? Just let us know the mood in the camp as well.
So absolutely amazing to be here. The grounds are fantastic. The help from Emirates has been fantastic, and I think all our guys are geared up for this tournament, and they're all pumped up because I think this is the first time we are playing this kind of a tournament. So yeah, all the guys are pumped up. I'm ready to go.
Fantastic. Shaminda, wish you all the very best and go well for the game.
Thank you. Thank you.
Well, there you go. Fly Dubai have won the toss and elected to bowl first. Well, so there we have it. That was the toss that was just done recently. And once again, Fly Dubai winning the toss and electing to bowl first. So this is the playing 11 for both teams. Rij Menezes right at the top along with Abdur Rahman, Asif Sheikh, Aslam Aziz, Bharat, Chetan Rane, the captain. Rahul Kataria, well, he was in red hot form yesterday, scored a magnificent 100. Ravin Varghese Shihab scored a brilliant half century along with Rahul. They had a very good partnership. Tyron Peterson bowled extremely well, and he was certainly a live wire on the field. And you have Vinay, the left-arm spinner, along with Mohammad Amod. And for Sri Lankan Airlines, well, you've got Chaminda Dizoiza, the captain, right at the top with Asita Iranda, Chandula Hashan, Dasis Ishantamal, Dhananjaya Veerasekara, Janaka, Dhammika Kumara Ratnayaka, Nalaka Disoiza, Ravindu Jayawardena, Rovin Jayasuriya, Sanjay Vittumuni, Shavindra Di Alvis, and Dulan Gunawardena makes the playing 11 for Sri Lankan Airlines. Well, certainly two very good teams. Sri Lankan Airlines playing the first game of the World Airlines Cricket Tournament 2026, and with Fly Dubai playing their second after having emerged victorious yesterday. It was a brilliant game. They were absolutely magnificent, scored a massive 200 plus score, and then got Etihad Airlines dismissed for a very, very low score. And well, they've got their word cut out once again. They've got a chance if they can go over Sri Lankan Airlines today. Well, that would put them in a very, very good position. But on the other end, Sri Lankan Airlines traveling from Colombo all the way from the Emerald Isle of Sri Lanka. Certainly a special moment indeed And like we've mentioned, this event taking place after 28 long years. The last time such a tournament was organized was back in 1998. So almost 3 decades have passed by. And a huge kudos here to Emirates for organizing up this magnificent event. Getting 8 teams together, the likes of Singapore Airlines, Sri Lankan Airlines, United Airlines, Emirates, Etihad, Fly Dubai. So it certainly is going to be an exciting event unfolding here right before us. So we're all set to begin. And it's going to be the captain himself with the ball, Chetan Sharma. I beg your pardon, it's going to be Chetan who is going to be taking the new ball.
Asif, Bharat, walk with the ball, please, okay?
We're all set to begin. Chetan, the captain, bowled extremely well yesterday with the new ball. And ball number 1 about to get underway.
Wow!
Good delivery, bit of a hint of movement there. So you've got Chaminda Dizoisa, the captain, along with Ravindra Javardhana opening the batting. Chaminda Dizoisa, 46 games, 966 runs, average of 31, strike rate of 125, along with Ravindu. 3 matches, not much of experience behind him. And there we go, first runs for Sri Lankan Airlines. First runs on the board. Sri Lankan Airlines on their way. The captain off the mark straight away. Well, always a good feeling for a batter coming in and getting his first runs. Well, Sri Lankan Airlines, well, they'll need to get a good start here. They want to make sure that they put some pressure on the opposition early on. And they will be quite wary of the fact that Fly Dubai rising high after that magnificent victory yesterday. Nicely played there. That's played into the gap, beautifully flicked off the pads. This outfield is extremely quick. And the fielder does extremely well there in the deep. Well, once again, not trying to hit the ball too hard there, Ravindu. Just relying on timing. Well, always these left-handers from Sri Lanka, well, they always have a lot of grace, don't they? Some serious talent that emerges from the Emerald Isle. Oh, good delivery. Look at that, a hint of movement there from Chetan once again. Chetan Rane, 244 matches, 185 wickets, best wickets of 6 for 22 for the captain. Once again, very, very experienced. You can see that hint of movement as well, not expressed fast, but he can certainly move the ball. Well, that's nicely played, but not able to find in the gap there. So they're off to a good start here, Sri Lankan Airlines, but rather circumspect. But certainly with wickets in hand. So 5 for no loss is Sri Lankan Airlines. Ravindu, well, getting 3 runs to his name will certainly be a boost of confidence of the very first ball. Last ball of the over. Oh, that's going to go down the leg side. So very good over here by Chetan Rane. Well, he's kept things nice and tight. Good start here for Fly Dubai. 5 for no loss at the end of the first over.
Abdul Rahman. Even Bar. Abdul Rahman. Number 94. Ball का Tyrant not needed for him next over. Now it's okay.
Yeah, Alex,
Next over no need to go
yeah,
so
you
long.
have to stay here, left arm over.
All right, sir.
Yeah, Alex.
Maybe the other guy in there.
Middle stick.
All right, so it's the pilot who has taken the center stage. Mr. Abdur Rahman, left arm seamer, can move the ball both ways. Very good left arm medium pacer, can hit the deck hard, quite tall, and with his height, he does generate that extra bit of bounce as well there, Abdur Rahman. So he's gonna be up against the captain, Shaminder. Nicely played. Straight to the fielder, but slight fumble there by Bharat.
Tyrant.
Yeah, left stick.
उधर दोनों रहेंगे उधर दोनों.
Left arm over. Friendly. Yeah, center.
So Ravindu, one strike, 6 for no loss. Well, that's a flash outside the off stump. Nicely bowled there by Abdur Rahman. Well, I've just been told that Mr. Chaminda, the captain of Sri Lankan Airlines, is also a captain, the pilot as well. He's a very renowned name in the airline sector back in Sri Lanka. So good to see that these working professionals pursuing the game that they love. Certainly cricket bringing everybody together across borders, across the seas, across nations, across cultures, and that is what unites us all. This beautiful game, and that is mainly the purpose of this beautiful event that's been organized by Emirates, the World Airline Cricket Tournament 2026, after 28 years. And certainly we're off to a rollicking start here. Had a brilliant game of cricket yesterday, 3 games. So Sri Lankan Airlines 6 for no loss. Well, they're off to a slow start here. They need to get going. It's not going to be easy conditions, especially alien conditions here for the Sri Lankan Airlines players. It's going to be going down the leg side once again. Nicely bowled there by Abdur Rahman. Just hitting the block hole, but the line slightly wavered. Had he got it straighter, that could have been mightily close. So power play over is going to be very crucial here. Sri Lankan Airlines, well, it's going to be very interesting how they cope up with this. Obviously, Fly Dubai, the team have played a lot of cricket here in Dubai. They've played a lot of other division level games. So for Sri Lankan Airlines, These are very new conditions to cope up with. Once again, a very good delivery there by Abdurrahman, just keeping it around the block hole, not giving any room for the batters to freeze arms with. It's been a brilliant over, just 3 runs so far, in fact 2 runs and a leg by. So the Sri Lankan Airlines just being very circumspect and just relying on facing a few balls, get a pace of the surface before cutting loose. But the way Fly Dubai batted yesterday, scoring 200 plus, well, they'll be quite wary that they need to get a score of at least around 180 to put any pressure on the batting of Fly Dubai. Well, thick outside edge. Once again, a beautiful bit of shape there from Abdurrahman, moving away from the left-hander. 2 overs done. Sri Lankan Airlines, 9 for no loss.
Select place.
So the captain will continue, Chetan.
Quick change, quick change.
So yet to get a boundary here, Sri Lankan Airlines. Off to a slow start. Chetan. He's been very steady with his line and length. And what makes him extremely potent here is his control of the ball. He's able to move the ball in the air ever so slightly, enticing the batter. It's just like dangling that fruit, just like that. There you see, it was a full length delivery. The moment the batter sees that full ball, his eyes light up and he wants to smash it through that cover region, only to get beaten by that seam coming into the right hander. Great swing bowling here by Chetan. Certainly a team to look out for, Fly Dubai. They've got some very good players amongst their ranks. Well, once again, looking for a flash there. Ravindu trying to blast that through the covers. Once again, beautiful conditions here at the 7th Stadium here in Dubai. Oh, that's a magnificent delivery. Well, has he bowled him? He has bowled him. What a delivery that was from Chetan Rane. Ravindu was completely squared by that delivery. And just once again, as I've mentioned, that movement of the surface has undone Ravindu completely. What a magnificent delivery that was. Look at that. Oh, that was a beauty, wasn't it? Well, we've already witnessed close to around 120 overs. To me, that was the ball of the tournament so far. 11 for 1 at the end of 2.4 overs.
Man in. Shabash, shabash, shabash.
All right, so 11 for 1 is Sri Lankan Airlines. And in walks Shavindra at number 3. Shavindra D. Alvis. First officer. Another pilot. So the captain and the first pilot, well, they've got the reins. They've got the throttle in their hands. Can they rescue Sri Lankan Airlines here? Well, it's just perhaps like imagining a flight on a nosedive, and you certainly rely on your captain and first officer to bail you out. Can Sri Lankan Airlines do the same here with Shavindra and Shaminda out there in the middle? I'm sure they've done a lot of rescue acts for Sri Lankan Airlines in the cockpit. Well, they'll need to do the same now on the surface, on the pitch out there in the middle. A quick single been taken. Shavindra off the mark. A brilliant over from the captain here, Chetan, once again. 12 for 1 at the end of the third over.
Good over, Chetan. Rivin bhai, bahar. Rivin. Left arm over. Left arm over.
You catch it, Mike?
So 12 for 1, and it's going to be Abdur Rahman who will continue on to his second over. Bowled a brilliant first over. Nicely played there. That's Rahul that covers, cutting it off. So Sri Lankan Airlines well off to a very slow start here. Current run rate just 4 runs, just above 4 runs and over. Projected score 82. Not good enough at this stage. Well, certainly they've got their word cut out here, Sri Lankan Airlines. They've got to find a way, find the right equation. They need someone to put their hands up. You need a partnership going here. Well, thick outside edge. Just short of the fielder covers. Well, that was Rahul Kataria yesterday with a brilliant 100. Well, maybe still a bit of stiff muscles after that magnificent innings there. Rahul Kataria. Let's have a look at the replay again. A thick outside edge. Yeah, that was just short of him. It is quite well. So Shavindra Alvis, can he get going here? Can he get a big score here for his team? Well, once again, that was on a drivable length there for Shavindra, but once again, maybe a bit of nerves and the surface also proving to be quite slow. It can be quite hard to get away with. Shavindra Diaby is also wicket keeper by trade. He will be done in the gloves for Sri Lankan Airlines later today. Well, once again, the opportunity was there. It was short and wide outside the off stump. Once again, not timing it there, Shavindra Diaby. 14 for 1. 2 more deliveries remaining. Still runs very, very tough to come by here. Fly Dubai have been absolutely brilliant with their line and length. They've been very, very tight. They've hardly given anything away whatsoever. And so far, they've been on point. Just 2 runs have come off the first 5 balls here from Abdurrahman. Well, he's been magnificent from whatever we've witnessed here in this World Airlines Cricket Tournament 2026. Sri Lankan Airlines now 14 for 1 after 3.5 overs. They need some runs. They need to make use of the power play overs here. Try and maximize the score as much as possible. You need to get towards at least that 150, 160 run mark to give your bowlers something to bowl at. Last ball of the over. Can Abdurrahman finish it off strong? Down the leg side. Well, you'll have to re-bowl that again. For 1. 3 runs coming off this over so far, so this has been the trouble for Sri Lankan Airlines. They've just not been able to get going. Nicely played. Driven down the ground with a quick single. So Shavindra will keep strike for the next over. Another fantastic over here from Abdurrahman. Just 4 runs coming off it. 4 done. It's 16 for 1.
Okay, okay. Center of the wicket. Come on, batsman. Don't go like this. Sir, midla leg.
16 for 1. And it's the captain will. This is Apesh and it's gone. Well, so Sri Lankan Airlines are taking a nosedive here. And it is Shamindra De Alves who has to walk back to the dugout. Once again, it's the captain who strikes. Shihab in the thick of actions. The second one down. Sri Lankan Airlines now in a spot of bother. It's 16 for 2.
So leg stump, please. Center. Thank you.
Well, so another captain,
Show, boys.
Another pilot joins another captain pilot out there in the middle. Thus is Ishant Tamal
Stop the singles.
at number 4. Well, can the two experienced men take Sri Lankan Airlines out of trouble here? Oh, beats that outside edge. But right now it looks like Fly Dubai who's bossing the game at this stage. And look at that for the figures from Chetan Rane. 2 wickets for 7 runs.
Gonna come to you all, yeah,
Well,
boys.
he's been absolutely unplayable. He's bowling, he's into his 3rd over. Well, it's been a tough going here for the men from the Emerald Isle.
Well ball, very well ball. No, 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 sharp.
Well, once again, excellent piece of fielding here. Fly Dubai, well, they've got their A game on. They're buzzing on the field out there in the middle. Well, certainly they've got the better of the visitors here. Fly Dubai at this stage. Runs are hard to come by.
No, no, no.
Trying to hoik that from outside the off-stump. Chance of a run out. Well, I'm sure they might want to have a look at that because that was extremely close. But I believe the umpires have given it not out. So, Captain Chaminda, well, just surviving. Well, that could have gone horribly wrong here for Sri Lankan Airlines. Well, if it is not already, that is. Runs are few to come by.
Well ball, very well ball.
Solid forward defense.
Lovely ball.
Well, one thing that I'd also like to let our viewers know is back in Sri Lanka, most players are used to playing the longer formats of the game, 40 overs, 50 overs,
No run, no run.
and in the domestic circuits, playing the T20 version is very few to say the least. So getting accustomed to this format can be quite a challenge. 5 overs done, 17 for 2. Fly Dubai in a very good position.
Jersey number 23, Tyron. Right arm over, guys. Right arm over. Bowling change. Hey, guys. Can you little bit favor? You have to push the screen on your right side. You have to check, okay? Wait. Now you get. Down. Now legs up. Yeah, center. Push. Now you can check.
All right, so there's going to be a change in the bowling. It's going to be Tyron Peterson at number, who's going to be coming in to bowl the last over of the power play. Tyron Peterson, 39 matches, 38 wickets, best figures of 3 for 18. Well, he was a handful last night. It was quite tough to get away with. He's got the height factor, so he will get that extra bit of bounce as well, Tyron Peterson. Cabin crew by profession. Well, I'm sure you'll be able to guess that with the height of Tyron Peterson. Oh, starts off with a full toss. Just squeezes it down towards the square leg region. It was mightily close to that waist high no ball. But just kept dipping at the last minute. Oh, nice, he played a good looking stroke there, but Not for many. In fact, it's a dot ball. So runs are really hard to come by here for Sri Lankan Airlines. They'll certainly want a partnership. Who are the two batters who can put their hands up and make it count? They'll desperately need a partnership at this stage. Once again, beaten for that movement off the surface. Beautifully bowled there by Tyron Peterson. Enticing Shaminder, who's on strike, to go after through that cover region just to get beaten on the outside edge. So 3 more balls remaining in the power play. Well, it's been a struggle for Sri Lankan Airlines. The first 6 overs have been extremely tough, with the ball moving away. The new ball, surface quite slow. Outside, beats that outside edge again. Movement away from the right hand on this occasion. There you go. Tyron Peterson just speaking to himself. Well, Aslam Aziz, wicket keeper, also prevailing from Sri Lanka. I'm sure he's having a good chat there with his countrymen. Well, that's nicely hit. That's a very good shot. Well, I think the first shot out of intent that we've seen here today. But still, they've managed to pick up a couple of runs. And that is, I believe, one of the things that's been missing here in the Sri Lankan Airlines innings is the intent. And that is going to be very crucial as they go in through the rest of the innings and also throughout the tournament as well. 20 for 2, 5.5 overs. Down the leg side, he'll have to re-bowl that again. So certainly the power play overs belonging to Fly Dubai. Last ball of the over. Well, that's a wide. I'll have to be re-bowled again. So a couple of waiver deliveries here by Tyron. Well, he's bowled extremely well. Nothing to try anything out of the ordinary here. You can just feel that you see Tyron speaking to himself. I like what I see there. He's a very disciplined young man. He knows what he needs to do. Keeps encouraging himself to do the right thing. Oh, once again, gets an inside edge. Well, this outfield is fast. Well, it's taken the last ball of the power play for Sri Lankan Airlines to get their first boundary. 26 for 2 at the end of the 6th over. Power play over is done and dusted. And let's have a look at the replay again. Well, feet not moving anywhere there. Foot planted inside the crease, just getting an inside edge. And down towards the fine leg boundary. 26 for 2 at the end of the 6th over.
Goal behind. Come on, Chetan. You are behind 2 over. Chetan, behind 2 over. No, medium, the same bowler.
Well, so Chetan's going to bowl out. And I like this move by the captain himself. Well, he's bowled brilliantly. When you are in the momentum, why not? No point holding on towards the later part of the innings. He's bowled magnificently. 2 wickets for 8 runs. Well, he's certainly been a tough nut to crack here, Chetan Rane. Well, that's just inside the line. That line belongs to the umpire. Current run rate just above 4 runs and over. Not good enough. Well, that's nicely hit. The fielder in the deep cut it off. So just a single there. So Chaminda 11 of 15 now. Das is 3 of 7. Once again, just 1 run coming off this over so far. Well, that's been the kind of control that Chetan has had on the game. Well, he's been absolutely phenomenal today with the ball, Captain Chetan. Oh, beats that outside edge again. Once again beaten for that movement. The batters of Sri Lankan Airlines, well, they've certainly had some serious struggle with the moving ball today. Last ball of the over.
Well ball.
That's the end of Chetan Rane's spell. What a magnificent spell this has been from the captain. Leading from the front for Fly Dubai. 2 wickets for 9 runs off his 4 overs. He's been absolutely magnificent. 7 overs done. It's 28 for 2.
Chetan, we are behind 2 over, okay? Same ball continue, guys. Same ball continue. अरे तेरे को मालूम है क्या करना है यार ऐसे अरे इधर बेट ऑफ नहीं है भैया बेट ऑफ नहीं बेट ऑफ भी कोई नहीं ये देखा ना
So 28 for 2 after 7. Current run rate 4 runs and over. Not good enough at this stage. Sri Lankan Airlines, well, they are in a spot of bother. Runs are certainly hard to come by. And Chaminda, the captain, still out there in the middle. 11 of 17. Well, he's taken some time. Well, he's managed to get a feel of the surface. Well, it's about time that he takes off as well. A good looking shot there, down towards long off. They'll come back for a couple. Good running. Well, that's Shihab with a slight fumble there in the deep, enabling the batters to come back for a couple. So this is where Fly Dubai also have to make sure that they bring in their A game, that they do not relax, especially when you've got the opposition on the back foot, struggling to get runs going. You've got to try and prevent any extras. You've got to try and take your chances that come your way. The catchers, ground fielding has to be spot on. That is when you tighten the screws. You do not leave any room to breathe some air here.
Come on, keeper. What happened? Okay, ready.
All right, so 30 for 2. Once again, another quick single. Good running here. Shihab once again. Well, he's been made to chase some leather. The ball seems to be following wherever he's going there, Shihab. Well, once again, nicely bowled there by Tyron. (31 for 2). Thus is still the out there in the middle. 3 runs of 9 balls. Well, that's going to be a boundary. Well, nicely played there by Dasis. Just made sure that he got enough bat. Beautifully flicked off the pads. And, well, the shots of intent have been rare and few to come by. But that one was very nicely played. Well, that one certainly deserved. That was down the leg side. Easy pickings for people from the subcontinent. Got some very, very strong wrists. And that one was certainly very nicely played there by Dasis. He moves on to 7 now of 10 balls. He's taken some time. It's been a tough going. Can they go on? It's again very good looking stroke there. But just a single. 36 for 2. One more delivery remaining. Well, I think this is the first time in the innings that the batting team have managed to get 8 runs of the over so far. So some positivity. You'd like to carry this forward. Well, a wild swing. Once again, not the right shot selection there. Trying to go onto the leg side for a ball that's been bowled outside the off. So decent over here for Sri Lankan Airlines. 8 overs done, 36 for 2. Well, it's time for some slow left arm spin, and it's going to be Vinay who comes into the attack. 6 wickets in 8 games, best figures of 2 for 17. Well, Vinay, part of the Emirates Finance Department. I beg your pardon, Fly Dubai Finance Department. Apologies. Left arm spin. He'll completely take the pace of the ball. Took a very good catch yesterday off his own bowling, Vinay. (37 for 2). Current run rate just above 4.5. Well, they'll need to go on. Get a few big blows here. Well, that's nicely hit down the ground. Has he managed to clear the field? He has managed to clear the field. That's a very, very good stroke there by Chaminda. Well, that's, I think, the first shot of intent I've seen from the captain, Chaminda himself. A very good stroke, getting to the pitch of the ball and smashing it over the bowler's head for a boundary. Brilliant stroke there by Captain Chaminda. Now the runs have begun to flow in. Current run rate now close to 5 runs and over. Well, they'll need to go on. Well, Chaminda now has got a start. 18 of 21. Going through nicely. He'll need to push this through. It's a very good start here for Sri Lankan Airlines in this over. 5 runs have come off the first 2 balls already.
That's a ball. That's a ball. That's your ball.
Beautifully bowled there by Vinay. A bit of flight, enticing the batter to go after him. I like this guts been shown here by Vinay. Flighted again. Well, this is again hit hard, a full toss. Falls just short, and in fact that's slightly sloppy to say the least. Well, that's not the best of efforts in the deep. Look at that. Poor delivery to say the least. Captain Chaminda, well, he got all of it. That is Asif Sheikh on the boundary rope. Well, completely misjudging that. Now this is turning out to be a brilliant over here for Sri Lankan Airlines. 2 boundaries coming off it. Vinay under a bit of pressure. Well, Captain Chaminda, now he's got going. Some encouraging signs here for Sri Lankan Airlines. And look at that. That is what this surfers can do. That stayed low. Can be quite unnerving for a batter. 22 of 24 balls now here for Captain Chaminda. Oh, that was mightily close. Mightily close there. So good over here for Sri Lankan Airlines once again. 9 overs done. It's 45 for 2.
Reach, come for bowling, reach. Bowling change, guys, bowling change, right arm over.
Yeah, square leg, square leg.
गाड़ी में कोई भी नहीं रहेगा प्रॉब्लम.
छोटा फाइन लेग आजा. 5 ऊपर आएगा. 5 स्टेप्स इन, डबल नहीं चाहिए.
So change of bowling from both ends now. Ridge Menezes comes into the attack. 495 matches, 253 wickets. Best figures of 5 for 22. "45 for 2 is Sri Lankan Airlines. Dasis on 9 of 12. Chaminda 22 of 25. Going through nicely here now. They'll need to get this partnership going here for the Sri Lankan Airlines sake. This quick single towards mid-off. Still, runs not sufficient here on this surface and against the likes of a team like Fly Dubai. They want to make sure that they get some runs on the board here. Once again, not fully in control there, Chaminda. Slightly losing his shape at the point of contact. Well, this is what they have to do, isn't it? Just keep rotating the strike and then try and get 1 boundary of the over. And then if you rotate the strike, you'll get 9 runs of the over. Oh, there was a bit of a yes and no. Hit right back at the bowler. Well, one thing that Sri Lankan Airlines cannot afford to is dot balls. You need to try and at least get a single of every ball and then try and hit a boundary. Can get 8 to 9 runs and over risk-free that way. So another single been taken. So match number 4 of the World Airlines Cricket Tournament 2026 organized by Emirates. We've got some amazing sponsors as well. IHG Group of Hotels providing a special memento and a reward of 30,000 points for the man of the match. Well, this has been slogged and it's been caught in the deep. Well, so wicket finally falls. And I think it is the captain, Shaminda, who has to walk back to the dugout. A big wicket, and it is Bharat with that catch in the deep. It was an easy catch, so to say the least. Just did not want to make sure that he dropped it. The Sri Lankan Airlines lose their third. It's 48 for 3. Shaminda departs after a very well made 23 of 26.
Let's go, boys. 3, 2, 1, run! एक बॉल बाकी है, लास्ट बॉल. चेतन ये बॉल पे मेरे को एक स्लिप. हमेशा स्लिप पे करना रहता था. बाल भी वैसे ही बनाए हुए. हम लोग का 2 गुना आ गया ना. Linia.
So last ball to go.
Yeah, last ball. Batsman Linia.
Yeah.
Point le. Batsman name. Batsman name.
Batsman name Robin.
Rohin. Jersey number. Just
Robin. Robin. Pick pass sir.
पीछे से रे. 1. New batsman.
Well, 48 for 3. And in walks Rovin Jayasuriya at number 5.
5 steps, 10 steps inside.
Rovin Jayasuriya. Well, can he do a rescue act here? An aircraft technician by profession.
Over.
Well, he does do the fixing. Well, can he do the fixing here for the Airlines for this innings? 10 overs done at the halfway stage. Fly Dubai in a very good position. 48 for 3.
Shabba boy, let's.
Well, a brilliant over there from Ridge Menezes previously. 1 over, 1 wicket and 3 runs. That's magnificent figures there by Ridge. Just when you felt that Sri Lankan Airlines were pressing the accelerator paddle, he comes and gets the wicket off the said batter. Captain Shaminda back in the dugout. So Vinay continues. He's going to be bowling now to the new batter, Rovin Jayasuriya.
That's a ball, boy. That's your ball.
Once again, beautiful line and length bowling here by Vinay, I beg your pardon. Last over proving to be slightly expensive. Has started quite well here.
Very well, ball, boy.
Well, his bowling style reminds me a lot of Sunil Joshi, who used to play for India before, back in the days. Slow left arm spinner. Very similar approach. Well, that's nicely swept. Once again, a couple of full tosses been given here to the bowler, to the batters here by Vinay. Just got to try and pitch the ball around that good length. Can always be tough to get away with. So the 50 comes up for Sri Lankan Airlines. 50 for 3 after 10.4 overs. Well, it's taken some time. Good delivery. Once again, the line and length has been brilliant. Another very economical over. 51 for 3 at the end of the 11th over.
Gas, come on, come on. Please, just give me one. Okay, Captain. So that's it.
Well, that's a very good shot. Well, this time it's Dases who joins the party. No, in fact, that's a boundary been called by the umpire. So just one bounce over the boundary ropes. That's a brilliant stroke there by Dases. Well, let's have a look at that replay again. Flighted, beautifully swept, getting to the pitch of the ball. And he's bisected the field to perfection. Well, that would give him some confidence. Well, this is where the problem lies for Sri Lankan Airlines. Once you hit a 6, you cannot afford to defend the very next ball. You've got to try and rotate the strike. Well, there's a chance of a run out, but not the best of throws there by the fielder. Well, had there been a better one, that could have been extremely risky. Well, this is where you see the trouble lies for Sri Lanka. And there we go, a dot ball, a boundary, and then 2 dot balls. Well, that means the boundary that you hit has actually become worthless, so to say the least. Because you've literally scoring a runner ball. You've got to try and rotate the strike here. Well, that is close, but it's perhaps just going down the leg side. .55 for 3. Last ball of the over. Well, this is again a full toss. And this is again another catch in the deep. What a magnificent catch that was from Shihab on the boundary ropes. Well, Vinay, beg your pardon, in fact it's Ridge who picks up a wicket of a full toss. Well, spare a thought for the Sri Lankan Airlines batters. Just as you felt that Captain Dasis was getting a move on, well, he's had to depart. Story of the day for Sri Lankan Airlines. 4th one down now, 55 on the board.
Final push, come on. How many acres go? Yeah, it's working how? How many acres down, sir? Rahul, how many acres down? 5? Okay, boys, let's get this fresh. Well ball, well ball.
Well, nicely bowled there. So Vinay coming into bowl. New batter is Asita at number 6. Sanjay.
No, one. No. Lefty boys,
So
lefty.
Asita Eranda, the new batter who's just walked in to join Rovin Jayasuriya. Asita Eranda, cabin crew by profession. Where can he get going here? Can he get some late impetus here for Sri Lankan Airlines? Give a few big lusty blows. It's absolutely crucial.
Catch it.
A very good hit. Oh, just short of the fielder. Oh, in fact, that's just been dropped.
It's okay,
So
Levan, it's
Asita
okay.
Fernando
One more coming. It's okay, boys.
has certainly survived.
It's okay.
Very
it's okay.
first ball.
Well ball.
Fly Dubai, this is something that you can ill afford to do. When you've got the opposition
Catch it.
exactly where you want them to be.
Well ball, well ball.
There's some quality blue bowling here by Fly Dubai. They've hardly given anything away. Well, certainly and completely
One.
this thing with they've spun a web around the Sri Lankan Airlines batters. So Asita off the mark of the third ball. 57 for 4. Vinay into his third over.
Very well ball, Vinay. Wake up, boys.
A single to end the over. Another very good over here by Vinay. For 13 down, 58 for 4.
Quick change.
Come on, gents, final stretch. Final stretch, keep pushing.
आसिफ भाई 5 ऊपर आएंगे 5 ऊपर ऊपर आ चढ़ के सिंगल नहीं
14th over now in progress, and it's going to be Ridge who will continue, who's bowled beautifully. 2 wickets for 7 runs. Well, at one stage when he came into bowl, Sri Lankan Airlines, in spite of runs drying up, he just
around the summer
the two batters were stubbornly occupying the crease, but he managed to create that breakthrough here, Rage Menezes. Certainly a wicket taker will play a vital role for Fly Dubai as we go into the rest of the tournament as well.
थर्ड मैन छोटा थर्ड मैन रुबिन अंदर मेरे भाई Yeah, middle stick.
All right, so 59 for 4. Nicely flighted again. Sri Lankan Airlines. We're down to the last 7 overs of the innings. Well, how much more can the Sri Lankan Airlines get? What is the score that they will be comfortable defending? Certainly does look like it's going to be a below par score here under the circumstances. Another single down towards long on.
Coming over.
Sorry, sir.
Righty coming over, huh? Over the stump, guys.
60 for 4. Rovin and Asita need to do a rescue act here. Flighted. And once again, beautiful bowling here by Ridge Menezes. The line and length has been absolutely impeccable.
Middle stick.
61 for 4. Last ball of the over. Once again, just 4 runs coming off it. Well, it's been a tough day at the office here for Sri Lankan Airlines players. Oh, he's bowled him. That stayed low. Ridge Menezes picks another. Third wicket for him. Sri Lankan Airlines lose another. Look at that. Oh, that's very unfortunate. Asita, well, he did seem to have some kind of intent when he went out to bat. But innings cut short. Half the side back in the dugout now for Sri Lankan Airlines. 61 for 5.
Okay, boys. Okay. Let's finish this.
61 for 5 after 14 overs.
Way!
Oh, that was mightily close. That was a bit of a yes and no.
Lefty on strike.
62 for 5. So Nalaka, the new batter at number 7. Nalaka Di Zoisa.
Well ball, no! Vinay, check his pads!
Well, moving forward, the Sri Lankan Airlines players, they'll seriously need to reconsider their approach here.
Well ball, boy!
Yes, you've lost wickets, but got to
Shabba
try
boy,
and be
shabba boy.
aggressive. Intent very crucial in a tournament like this. Give some room. Another dot ball.
Catch it!
Well, that's a good looking shot, but it's down the throat of the fielder. Well, every time they show intent to go after the bowling, all they manage to do is find the fielders on the boundary ropes. So once again, another wicket falls.
Catch it! Your catch, man!
Well, this is just been a day to forget for here for Sri Lankan Airlines. 6 wickets down now. Rovin departs. It's 63 for 6.
खत्म करेंगे पकड़ के रखेंगे
63 for 6. New batter Chandula Hashan at number 8.
lefty है lefty you will come to long off Tyrin straight good spell Vinay
Where's the bowler yaar? Where's the bowler? अरे डालता पुलटा से स्लिप ले अबे भैया इधर क्या लेग से
Well, it's been that sort of a day here for Sri Lankan Airlines. 63 for 6 after 15 overs. Well, nothing going their way. And then look at those figures. Ridge Menezes, 3 wickets for 10 runs. Well, he's been absolutely magnificent today. Vinay bowling out 4 overs, 1 for 17. Ridge Menezes now to be bowled his last over. 3 wickets for 10. Can he get another couple more here? Get a 5 wicket haul. Look at that. Dangling the carrot. Enticing the batter to go after him.
More coming over the wicket 5 ball
Oh, good delivery once again. Very good delivery. Ridge Menezes mixing it up nicely. Throwing in those quicker ones and then also bowling in those slower deliveries. Beautifully bowled. Oh, once again. Ridge Menezes as well. He's like a magician, isn't it, with the ball? He's making the ball talk. The Sri Lankan Airlines batters, they have absolutely no answer whatsoever. This quality bowling by Fly Dubai.
to.
Yeah, Vivin. Back to the
So Nalaka de Souza
Yeah, 2 ball.
on strike now. Oh, nicely played there. Stuck around to the corner. Well, that's the outfield here at the 7 Stadium. Certainly like a billiards table, the moment you manage to pass the 30-yard circle, you will have full value for shots. And that is where, once again, that I've mentioned, the intents need to be shown early on, and there will be runs for the taking. Very nicely played there by Nalaka, using the pace of the ball. And that was Riven who gave it chase all the way to the boundary for 4, to the boundary ropes. Was not able to hold that back in. Last ball coming up. Oh, outside edge. Well, is that going to be another boundary? It is going to be another boundary. So Ridge Menes is very unlucky. Bowled a very, very good spell. The last 2 balls going to the boundary for 4. Well, this one was a regulation outside edge by Nalaka de Souza. So the over finally comes to an end. Nevertheless, it's been a brilliant spell from Ridge Menezes. 4 overs, 3 for 20. 73 for 6 at the end of the 16th with 4 overs to play.
same as what is for finish inside.
Well, direct hit required. But they managed to get back just in time. A quick single towards point. Alright, so 4 overs. Can Sri Lankan Airlines try and get at least another 35 runs here if possible? Give their bowlers something to bowl at. Well, certainly it would be a belter of a pitch with the sun baking down. Mind you, we are in the peak of winter, but currently the temperature is quite warm. Temperatures will begin to drop as we go towards the latter part of the evening.
Early call, man.
Ideal conditions to play cricket. As we get towards the latter part of the night, it becomes extremely tough with the dew sitting in and also the temperatures dropping. Can be quite tough for the fielders especially. So Bharat been entrusted to bowl and a very good delivery, but that was going down the leg side. Chance of a run out. And very good piece of backing up there. I think that was Peterson. Manages to save 4 extra runs for his team. Some aggression showed there by Bharat. Oh, I hope he's all right. Well, I'm sure they will have the usual concussion protocol now. And I hope he's all right. Well, according to regulations here, once you're hit on the helmet, there is a standard concussion protocol. Brilliant delivery there by Bharat. Look at that. That bounced off a good length. That could be quite nasty. Well, I guess he's all right. So that's great news. And he's bowled him. Well, this is high quality bowling here by Bharat. The earlier ball was a short ball, rattled the batter. This one was full, and it was on Yorker length. Brilliant, rather. Nalaka missing a straight one. So things going horribly wrong here. Sri Lankan Airlines lose their 7th. 74 for 7 as Bharat picks up his first.
Boys. Center, please, sir.
New batter, Sanjay at number 9. Sanjay Vethimuni. Well, another brilliant over from Bharat. A wicket and just 1 run. 17 done. Sri Lankan Airlines innings tottering 74 for 7.
Karan coming back.
Yes, sir.
Bowling change, guys. Bowling change. Right arm over. Come on, guys. Last 10 minutes. 3 over remaining. Come on.
$74 for 7. We're down to the last 3 overs of the innings. Fly Dubai, well, they'll look to wrap the innings up as quickly as possible. It's going to be Tyron Peterson coming into bowl. Two overs, none for 17. Has bowled him. Magnificent delivery there by Tyron Peterson. Ball swinging in into the right-hander and absolutely castles him. Look at that for a ball. Look at that magnificent delivery there by Tyron Peterson. Another one bites the dust. It's Chandula Hashan who departs. Just 2 runs behind his name, 74 for 8.
चेक करके जर्सी नंबर इन बैटिंग जाना पे यार come on quick guys quick yeah middle stay Item over, 5 ball remaining.
Well, new batter. Another left-hander. Dhananjaya Veerasekara at number 10. Sri Lankan Airlines. Well, it's been a horrible outing for them today. And he's bowled him. Well, they are folding and they are falling like 9 pins now, Sri Lankan Airlines. 9 wickets down for just 74 runs on the board. Brilliant delivery, hitting the Yorker length. Tyron Peterson. Fly Dubai in a commanding position. 74 for 9.
One more wicket, boy.
Item over, 3 ball. Yeah, middle stick, middle stick.
All right, so last wicket in. It's going to be Janaka Dhammika Kumara. 1 more wicket remaining. Can Tyron bowl another Yorker? What a brilliant over this is turning out to be. Look at that. Oh, safely negotiated. Well, look at that on your screen right below. Wicket, 0 wicket. And when you look at those, it sounds like wow. That's how the bowling has been from Tyron Peterson. Last ball of his over. Oh, base at outside edge. Beautifully bowled. What a magnificent over here. A double wicket made in for Tyron Peterson. 18 done, 74 for 9.
Come on, guys. Come on. Last 2, guys. Last 2. Hurry up. Continue. Continue.
Sharp boy, let's finish this in this over.
All right, so it's going to be Bharat, who bowled a brilliant over as well. Starting off with a dot ball. Well, the last 2 overs, 3 wickets have fallen for just 1 run. Well, this is some mind-boggling situation here. Nothing going their way for Sri Lankan Airlines. Well, thick outside edge.
2 calls.
They'll get a couple of runs added to the tally. Good delivery. I think there's going to be a leg bye being called by the umpire there. A direct hit. Great piece of work there on the field. Yeah, he's just made inside in time. Well, Fly Dubai will certainly want to wrap things up here. Last wicket in, you don't want to let the tail wag a bit too long. Beautifully bowled. Well, when the top-handed batters have struggled to get going, we'll spare a thought for the tail-enders here. Once again, just a rank long hop there by Bharat. But just a wild swing by Janagar, not helping the cause. Well, that is a good hit. Will they get a couple of runs? Another couple of runs added to the tally. Over comes to an end. Another good over. Just 3 runs come off it. 19 done. 79 for 9 with 1 over to play.
Last over, hurry up, guys. Yeah, center.
Oh, that's nicely hit.
They're going for two. Well,
They come back for a couple. Chance of a run out. Excellent running by the 2 batters. Nicely hit there by Sanjay. But look at that for a throw. That was Bharat. Got a rocket-like arm, but that extra bit of bounce had the wicket keeper. Had to reach for it. He had plenty of time, the batter, to come back in. $81 for 9.
Thank you, Azharvi. Thank you very much.
Tyron, can he bowl a Yorker here? Oh, he tried that, didn't he? The plan was right. Just got the direction slightly wrong on that occasion, Tyron Peterson. But Sri Lankan Airlines, can they get a couple of lusty blows here? Try and push that score as much as possible. But certainly does look like the game's already decided right now, but cricket is a funny game. It's not over till it's over. Some early wickets there with the ball for Sri Lankan Airlines can certainly change the tide. Well, that's Vinay. Quite a character. Tried to underarm the ball, but he ended up falling over the ball. So 82 for 9. 3 more deliveries remaining. Sri Lankan Airlines. A lot of thinking to be done to get back on the drawing board. Management of the Sri Lankan Airlines also present here at the 7 Stadium to witness the boys. And he's bowled him. What a delivery. What a magnificent spell here by Tyron Peterson. 3 wickets for 20 runs. Well, it's been a day to forget here for Sri Lankan Airlines. Well, 81 all out. 82 all out, in fact, in 19.4 overs. And Fly Dubai requiring 83 for victory. It's been a brilliant performance with the ball. And some magnificent performance here by Fly Dubai. They've been absolutely outstanding. Starting off with the captain right at the top, Chetan, picking up those wickets. And this is the scorecard. Well, apart from Chaminda and Dasis, the 2 captains, nobody else able to get to double figures. It's been certainly a day to forget. Chaminda Dizoisa, a couple of boundaries later on. And then Dasis also had just got going. And this is the pick of the bowlers. Tyron Peterson, 3 for 20. Pick of them, been a brilliant spell. And then Chetan Rana, look at that for figures. 2 wickets for 9 runs off his 4 overs. Economical. And then you also had Ridge Menezes, brilliant spell once again. 3 for 20. He's been outstanding today. And then a wicket apiece for Vinay and Bharat. So losing wickets in regular intervals at Sri Lankan Airlines. So this is the highlights how things began. An absolute jaffer to dismiss the opening batter. And then wickets kept tumbling. Some soft dismissals there for Sri Lankan Airlines. Well, just when you felt that you needed a partnership, you just felt like Chaminda and Dasis got going with a few boundaries. With some lusty blows. It was perhaps the only encouragement in the Sri Lankan Airlines batting lineup. But then when they tried to accelerate, they just kept finding fielders in the boundary ropes. So nothing going their way. Some full tossers there, and that was a catch being taken in the deep. Very unlucky on that occasion. And then some balls staying low, keeping low. Some good hits, but once again down the throat of the fielders in the deep. Some wristy shots there down towards fine leg. And then finally, that was how things finished. Things panned out right there towards the end. You had Peterson bowl some brilliant Yorkers and just finished things off. He was absolutely magnificent, and that was the innings done and dusted. So Fly Dubai will require 83 runs for victory. We are going to take a short break. When we come back, we'll have the run chase. Stay tuned. Well, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Here we are for the run chase of the Fly Dubai in pursuit of 83 runs for victory. And this is what transpired early on. Sri Lankan Airlines batting first, all out for 82. And a brilliant bowling performance. Well, 3 wickets for Tyron Peterson, 3 wickets for Ridge Menezes, the pick of the bowlers. And then 2 wickets for the captain right at the top. Well, just made sure that Sri Lankan Airlines just struggled to put runs on the board. So now Fly Dubai on the other end, already coming through after a magnificent victory. A very, very big win yesterday. Now they've got a chance to extend that lead. They just only need 83 runs required for victory. And if they can get these runs as quickly as possible, that would certainly help their cause with their net run rate as well, which will be much more stronger as we go in, which will be absolutely vital in the rest of the tournament. So here we go, ball number 1. And great piece of fielding. Well, that's the captain. Chaminda himself, throwing himself to the left. Well, that's the commitment you need to show when you're defending a small score. Sometimes, yes, it does look like runs are insufficient, but in this format, anything is possible. Some early wickets, nerves will begin to cricken. Things can go wrong horribly. So the Sri Lankan Airlines will need to believe that they can try and defend. So Rivin Varghese and Aslam Aziz, the two opening batters for Fly Dubai. Well, that's a good hit. A very, very good stroke, but there is cover in the deep, just a single. So it's Dasis Ishantamal who's bowling the first over. Sri Lankan Airlines starting with some spin here as well. Well, that's nicely played off the back foot. Down towards the fine leg region.
Keep us.
Pushing for a couple. A couple of runs added.
Boy, cheer up, boys! Ka.
So 4 runs on the board here. So it's been a decent start with the ball. Well, that's been swept. And that's a boundary towards the square leg region. Magnificent hit there by Rivin. Fly Dubai off to a rollicking start. It's 8 for no loss. Look at that for a sweep. Great connection there.
Right arm over, guys. Right arm over. Right arm over, guys. Right arm over.
So 8 for no loss. So it's going to be Janaka Kumara opening the proceedings from the other end. Bows some medium pace here. Janaka bows right arm fast. But can he get some wickets here? Aslam Aziz also prevailing from Sri Lanka, going up against his countryman. Well, can he go on and make a score here? Nicely flicked off the pads. That's into the gap. Ball running away towards the mid-wicket boundary. So Fly Dubai are certainly off to a flying start. Janaka on that occasion, just slightly angling down to the leg side. Well, all he had to do was get enough bat on it. Fly Dubai, 12 for no loss in pursuit of 83 for victory. Sri Lankan Airlines falling short. Once again, beautifully flicked off the pads. Once again, it's into the gap. The fielder giving it chase. But this outfield is extremely quick. That's Dhananjaya on the boundary ropes giving it chase. That's a couple of times in 2 balls. He's already been made to run all the way back. Spare a thought for Mr. Dhananjaya. But Aziz is off to a brilliant start here. Runs on the board. They're off to a flying start here, Fly Dubai. Well, they certainly want to get the runs as quickly as possible to strengthen their net run rate. As we go in towards the latter part of the tournament, the run rate will play a vital role, so to say the least. Already after a massive victory yesterday, winning by over 75-80 runs, I believe. And now they certainly are off to a brilliant start. Well, goes inside out. There is cover in the deep. So just a single. Excellent start here for Fly Dubai. Exactly what the doctor ordered. SriLankan Airlines. Well, they'll need to do a lot of planning after the game today with regards to the approach. $17 for no loss. That's a good shot. That was off the middle of the bat. Rivin Varghese plays a magnificent shot over covers. That's again a full delivery. Terrific hit there. Fly Dubai flying high now at 35,000 feet. $21 for no loss after 1.4 overs. 13 runs have come at this over. Janaka under a bit of pressure. Well, his chance above the fielder's head. Well, they're running away with the game here, Fly Dubai. Let's look at that replay again. So 25 on the board already. In 1.5 overs, Fly Dubai. They're going at 13.7 runs and over. They want to finish this off fast. 17 coming off this over so far. Last ball. Wild Hog, a dot ball to end it. A good comeback here by Janaka. Nevertheless, Fly Dubai. 25 for no loss. Well, so it's Nalaka Dizoisa coming into bowl. Some left arm medium pace. Starts off with a wide ball. So both these batters, Aslam and Rivin, have got Fly Dubai off to a very good start here. Sri Lankan Airlines, well, you need an absolute magic to happen. Perhaps well, that's a dead ball being given by the umpire. I'm not sure exactly what happened there. Well, I think maybe one of the fielders were not in place. All right, so it's 26 for no loss. 57 more runs required for victory. Nicely bowled there. Angling it across the right hand, and now that is sloppy. Well, that's the wicket keeper, Dr. Shavindra, Mr. Shavindra Dialvis, one of the captains, donning the gloves, slightly losing his gripping of the ball there on that occasion. In the process, concedes a bye. Flat batted. What a shot that was. Well, he was not much in control there though. And a very good throw from the deep. Right above the stumps. So 29 for no loss. Well, that's been hit. That's absolutely middled out of the park. What a shot that was from Rivin Burgess. Well, he's absolutely launched onto it. Beautiful stroke there from Rivin Burgess. Well, not the most technically correct, I'll tell you. Head slightly up. But the secret there was his connection of the ball. Great hand-eye coordination on that occasion by Rivin Burgess. 21 of 9 balls. Well, that's again gone down to the boundary. Well, that's Ravindu with a bit of a misfield on the boundary, on inside the circle. Well, a good delivery to begin with, but not the best of efforts on the field. And this outfield is lightning quick. Another boundary. 39 now on the board. Well, he goes down the ground. Where has he gone? This has gone over the field, does it, for a maximum. Well, this is some scintillating batting here by Rivin Burgess. Well, this game is certainly almost done and dusted for Sri Lankan Airlines. What a magnificent hit there. Well, it does look. Well, it's certainly been a brilliant run chase so far. Last ball. Well, once again he goes hard. Well, that's Chandula giving chase. But just inside the crease, it's been pulled back in. So a single to end the over. 20 runs come off that over from Nalaka. 3 overs done, 46 for no loss.
Jersey number 11 come for bowling. Left him round, guys. Left him round. Cutting through, cutting through.
So Dhananjaya coming into bowl. So Dhananjaya, left arm spin, starts off. And he's been slogged down towards that mid-wicket region. That's gone all the way. The 50 comes off of Fly Dubai. And it's come in double quick time. It's come in 3.2 overs. Well, this is some scintillating batting here by Fly Dubai. Dhananjaya Veerasekara has been taken to the cleaner. Second ball. It was in the slot and is absolutely slogged that towards mid-wicket. 52 for no loss. What hitting here by Riven Varghese. 38 of 14 deliveries. Just another 31 more runs required for victory.
Not fielder, not fielder.
Current run rate above 15 runs and over. No, Machang. I do freelance. I work in real estate. Oh, right. Okay. So I work with Emirates Cricket Board. I do commentary.
Good call.
Well, he goes down the ground. And once again, well, that's one bounce into the boundary ropes. Running away here are the Fly Dubai. Sri Lankan Airlines have absolutely no answer whatsoever with regards to the onslaught here by the two batters of Fly Dubai. But Riven Varghese, look at that, 42 of 16 balls. Well, he's striking it at above 250. Dhananjaya Veerasekara now under a bit of pressure. 27 more required for victory here now. Well, once again he slugged it. There's a chance, but it was just the field has to watch it sail past over his head. That's Asita Fernando on the boundary ropes. Well, he's 6'3", I'm told. And if he's not able to hang on to that, I'll tell you nobody else can. Fly Dubai. Well, what a start. What a brilliant start here. And certainly now within touching distance. Well, that's in the air again. Asita coming under, but once again the result is the same. Well, he brings up his half century in style. What an innings this is from Riven Varghese. 54 of 18 balls. And he's absolutely battered Sri Lankan Airlines out of the game. 4 overs done is 68 for no loss. Alright, so 68 for no loss. And it's going to be Sanjay Vettimuni. And ladies and gentlemen, Sanjay Vettimuni is the son of the former Sri Lankan cricket captain and prolific opening batter Siddharth Vettimuni. Well, certainly an honor to have him within us. Well, that's Asita with a bit of a good effort. There's a chance of a run out. Not collecting it there cleanly, Shavindra. They pick up another couple of runs now. Just 13 runs required for victory now. Sanjay Vettimuni, unlike his dad, has taken up bowling. Well, nicely played there down the ground. That's Chandula who will cut it off. So now, Fly Dubai, 2 hits away from victory. Well, with the looks of it, Fly Dubai, well, I'll tell you, they will seriously be some serious contenders. They'll be a serious contender in this tournament. The World Airlines Cricket Tournament 2026, brought to you live and exclusive from this beautiful 7 Stadium in Dubai. Well, he smashes this through the covers. Another boundary. Well, Riven, well, he's on flight mode right now. What entertainment here. He's made the bowling of the Sri Lankan Airlines look like child's play. This is some scintillating batting here by Riven Varghese. 75 for no loss. Nicely flighted. Nicely bowled there by Sanjay Vettimuni. So 8 runs away from victory. Been a scintillating performance. Well, it's been a day to forget for Sri Lankan Airlines. Oh, that stayed low. That's been the danger on this surface. We saw the Sri Lankan batters falling prey to such deliveries in their batting innings. 5 overs done, 75 for no loss, 8 more runs required for victory.
Come up. Going round. Coming round the side. It's okay. Okay, coming through. Ready. Come on, batsman, ready. Wait, not ready. Batsman, yes.
75 for no loss. And it's Dasis. Dasis Ishant Amal is coming to the attack. Oh, that's a beautiful delivery. Was that a drop chance? Was there an edge? Beautifully bowled there by Dasis. Well, number 69 on his jersey reminds me of the great Angelo Matthews, who used to don that jersey, number 69. Four deliveries remaining in the power play. Can they finish it off in this over? It's been pulled hard. The fielder in the deep. Kumara will cut it off. So 7 more required for victory now. Riven on strike. Flighted. Well, it's been skied. Where has he gone? Fielder coming under, but he can only watch it sail over his head. What a magnificent stroke that was. Scores are leveled now here for Fly Dubai. 82 for no loss. Well, once again it was in the slot. Well, you cannot bowl that line and length for the batter of the caliber of Riven Varghese. He will eat you for breakfast, lunch and dinner all day long. 1 run away from victory now. Well, he swept this. Fielder watches it over, sailed past his head. Fly Dubai, finish it off in style. Riven Vargas, what a champ. Take a bow, you beast. Well, I've been certainly losing words there as well here in the com box. Well, it's been some serious scintillating knock by a champion batter. Riven Vargas has taken the Sri Lankan Airlines bowlers to the cleaners. And they finished the innings off in style. Winning by 10 wickets with over 15 overs to spare. That is some serious drubbing, so to say the least. 5 overs, game over. So, Fly Dubai, they win by 10 wickets and it's been a magnificent performance here. Sri Lankan Airlines on the other end, well, they've got to get back to the drawing boards and they've got to fix their approach with regards to how they want to pursue their approach in their batting order, so to say the least, in the rest of the tournament. Still plenty of cricket remaining. But Sri Lankan Airlines, well, they've certainly got to come back strong. So Fly Dubai right now 2 wins out of 2 games. And this is the scorecard. Well, if you are a Sri Lankan Airlines supporter, you will not want to have a look at that scorecard. Riven Varghese 70 of 23 balls, 6 boundaries and 7 sixers with a strike rate of 300 plus, with Aslam Aziz, the wicket keeper, unbeaten, 16 of 12, 2 boundaries to his name. None of the other batters getting an opportunity. Fly Dubai scoring 88 in 5.5 overs. Well, the bowlers, that's nothing much to speak about, isn't it? Sanjay Vittamuni, the son of former Sri Lankan captain Siddharth Vittamuni, was the most economical. 7 runs of an over. Siddharth Vittamuni, former Sri Lankan captain. Siddharth Vittamuni, 1973 son. No, Sri Lankan cricket captain. You guys are still stuck with Airlines. Well, this was the highlights. Well, it was all a power-packed highlight indeed. Even the 5 overs that, the 6 overs in fact, that the Fly Dubai batters batted, it did seem like a highlights package. Every ball was certainly disappearing out of the park. Some scintillating batting here by Fly Dubai. And they've been absolutely magnificent today. Well, runs were coming thick and fast. Nothing much the bowlers could do. All they could do is just go fetch the ball from the boundary ropes. Some scintillating batting here. Fly Dubai. Well, you saw some serious hitting yesterday with the likes of Rahul Kataria and Shihab. Now the openers coming good. So the top order looking extremely strong here for Fly Dubai. And they are making a serious statement in this World Airlines Cricket Tournament 2026. Well, that was right there towards the end where you had the killer blow. The last shot to get the 6 to finish the innings off. And well, the highlights package, well, it's just been all Varghese. What an innings. What a magnificent innings. So Fly Dubai winning by 10 wickets. This is what transpired. Sri Lankan Airlines batting first, scoring 82 all out in the 19 overs. Only notable contributors has been the captain Chaminda, and thus is Ishant Tamal getting into double figures. And then in response, Fly Dubai romping home 88 for no loss in 5.5 overs. And it's been a sincere drubbing, so to say the least. Winning by 10 wickets with 14 overs to spare. Congratulations to Sri Lankan Airlines. Well, ladies and gentlemen, do stay tuned. We have the post-match presentation coming to you shortly. Well, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Here we are for the post-match presentation for match number 4 that took place between Sri Lankan Airlines and Fly Dubai. Well, what a magnificent performance it has been from Fly Dubai, completely outplaying the opposition. Sri Lankan Airlines batting first, bidding all out for 82, and in response, Fly Dubai romping home with over 14 overs to spare and winning by 10 wickets. So big, huge congratulations to Fly Dubai and commiserations to Sri Lankan Airlines. Well, let's now begin the post-match presentation. I'd like to invite both captains. First, I'd like to call upon the captain of Sri Lankan Airlines, Mr. Chaminda, on stage, please. Chaminda, first and foremost, commiserations. Things didn't go your way.
Not really.
What do you think went wrong, and what are your plans going forward in the tournament?
Not taking anything away from Fly Dubai. The boys played really well. And the bowling side was amazing. I mean, yes, we were trying to play our normal cricket, but they bowled really well in good areas. We were trying to hit them out, but unfortunately it was not our day. When it came to batting, of course, Fly Dubai just, finished us in 6 overs. However, cricket is such. Today is their day, maybe it might be tomorrow our day. So, I'm sure our guys learned something from this encounter and take everything for the next game, and most probably will perform better next time.
Well, we did see some glimpses of some real talent in your side as well. It is going to be a long tournament, so plenty of time remaining. This format is such that you can always bounce back. What are your thoughts there? Do you think that you have the goods to deliver as well on this stage?
Absolutely, I think we have a lot of talent. However, as I said, this is the first time we were playing in Dubai. We were not really privy to the wickets. We have never played here. Again, all the credit goes to the Fly Dubai guys. I mean, they played brilliantly. So, well done, guys.
Well, thank you very much, Mr. Chaminda. Wish you all the very best for the rest of the tournament.
Thank you.
Well, can we now call upon the captain of Fly Dubai, Mr. Chetan, on stage, please? Congratulations, Chetan. Once again, team in very good form. 2 wins in 2 games in 2 days. How does it feel?
It is really a clinical performance from all the boys. I think we kept the pressure on while we were bowling, and I think the boys really make sure that the opponents really work hard for each and every run. I think what the opponent has scored, and again in the batting, I think the way Riven played today, finishing in 6 overs was really a great knock by Riven.
Well, personally, yourself, you've been in very good form with the ball as well, moving the ball both ways, picking up wickets up front, leading the pack by example. How does it feel there?
It really feels good, but I think the more importantly, the way we started, and I think to continue that performance, for entire 20 overs, that's the credit goes to each one of us in the team. That makes me proud as a captain.
Well, congratulations very much to you, Chetan, and for your team. You guys are certainly a team to watch out for. Good luck and all the very best for the rest of the tournament. Your name? Your name? Okay, now can I please call upon Mr. Ivan on stage, please, to hand over the Man of the Match award? Well, there's no doubts there whatsoever. This man, he just walked out to bat, and he absolutely took apart the Sri Lankan bowlers with some magnificent batting. It goes to Riven Varghese, 70 of 23 balls, 6 boundaries and 7 towering sixes. Well, he receives a special memento with the tail of an aircraft, and he also receives points, 35,000 points from the IHG hotels, which can be redeemed in any part of the world, worth $250. Riven, firstly, congratulations. It was a magnificent knock. Thoroughly entertained us all. The moment you walked out to bat, well, you did look like you're batting on a different surface. How does it feel?
Thank you so much. After the start, what the bowlers and the fielders given to us, it was pretty much evident that it was not a tough score to go. So it gave me extra freedom to go out and express myself, which worked out well today. And this actually clearly shows the management have given us some opportunity for the practice to get around as a team before, and that actually shows our performance now.
Well, congratulations very much to you, Riven. We thoroughly enjoyed your innings. All the very best for the rest of the tournament.
Thank you so much.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, That's all we have here from the post-match presentation. Thank you very much and see you again in the next game.